welcome to the Hired Gun Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. How you doing, y'all? So, I wasn't gonna come on today, but I'm here. I'm here. Um, I seen something. I seen something with TNA. Today is AEW, so I'm going in blind to blind. Well, what's episode? Not this episode, but the AEW card today because I don't know who's wrestling. Do I know who's wrestling today? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I seen something on TNA that had me like, huh. I wonder. I was wondering when it was gonna happen. So, you know, TNA is just like AEW. They let them, they let the wrestlers wrestle in other promotions. So, you know, uh, but they can pick and choose what to say no to. So, at one point, TNA was letting their wrestlers wrestle for Maple Leaf Wrestling, which is Scott D'Amore's new company. All right, and it's in Canada, and Scott D'Amore. A lot of Scott D'Amore's talent. I mean, homeboys and people are still working for TNA. All right, and some of them are working for AEW now. Recently, a couple shows have now. Josh Alexander's been there. The Walking Weapon. He's been there for a minute. Okay, all right. So I'm technically not talking about him. I'm talking about this, but a lot of Tony Khan's talent wrestle there, right? And a couple times Tony Khan's been there too, taking pictures and everything. And it feels like that Maple Leaf got a TV deal in Canada because of Tony Khan. Like how TNA got a TV deal because of WWE. So I was wondering when that was gonna, when TNA was gonna stop letting people go up there from the company, and it happened because Moose was supposed to go on there, right? And TNA was like, nah, it's not gonna happen no more. It's not gonna happen. Nope, nope, nope. Because now, you know, who else don't play well with Maple Leaf? WWE. So I wouldn't be surprised if rubbing hands with each other made that happen. You know, made that a thing. But I was wondering when that was going to happen. I was wondering when TNA was gonna stop fucking with Scott D'Amore. You know. like uh because in some cases, like you just gotta tell them, nah, it's not gonna happen. you know and at one point Shark Moore was neutral when it came to certain things, right? Because he's been to the PC plant a couple times too, and then he was with AEW a couple times there, like in the back and everything. Nah, I said, nah, we see why, because he was trying to see where he can get a TV deal at, right? And he got it from Shark. I mean, he got it from AEW because, like I said, they've been up there. They've been up there a lot. So, seen that happen. So, oh, whew. Oh, sorry. I also found out the reason Oscar and EO haven't been announced yet is because they're in limbo right now. Particularly, I mean, both of them, Oscar and EO are in limbo right now because of the Bella Twins, particularly Nikki Bella. You know, like particularly yeah, Nikki Bella because Nikki Bella is hurt. You know, and they brought it up on TV a couple times in the saying she's in rehab. So now they can easily, instead of just having Oscar and Neo and Limbo, they can just easily make that a three-way dance. And then if Nikki is cleared, they can just put him in that match still. Right? But what they're trying to do is see if Nikki is gonna be able to go, and if she can't, they're gonna put Oscar and Oscar and Curry Sane in like in a tag team match, and then Io won't have a match. But if Nikki's healthy, then Oscar and Io will have a match instead, and then Curry Sane won't have a match. Then I mean she'll be included in the match regardless, in some shape or form. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. I figured that. For me, Oscar and Io have a match. Right? They've already challenged and accepted the challenge and everything. So why not have a match? NXT was good last night. Um, no wrestling to write home about. None. I mean, not really. None. A couple goose eggs that happened. You know, Tony D, which I'm gonna talk about something Tony D in a minute. Tony D versus Ethan Page should be good. I mean, next week. Um, uh, Tony D and it was a stare down between Tony D and the new kid. I forgot his name. The one who got a bad attitude. I forgot his name. Um, but that should be a good match for me still. I don't know if Tony D's gonna lose to him, but that should be a good match eventually. What the guy I'm talking about? They call him the Tibu, the Tibu over for me because he's smaller and he had the dreads and he black. And like he just ain't from the same country. It's over. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But NXT was good. It was more setting up matches the next week because yesterday, what was it? They trademarked Revenge, NXT Revenge. So that's their next pay per view, special because it's gonna be on YouTube. Oh no, it's just gonna be on TV. You know, and this ain't the first time they do done this because they did it with Halloween Havoc before, they did it with In Your House before, so it's not the first time they've actually done stuff like this before. You know, because they have. What else? What else? Oh, yeah. Let me talk about the whole Tony D and him being the first Grand Slam. Now, he can be. I mean, he's the first Grand Slam, and some people want to say, "Oh, that's because he won the Heritage Trophy. That's not around no more." Yes, that's true. That's why you can't win the Grand Slam champion the way that Tony won it. Alright, it ain't that many around the company still, which is another reason why that she still win it that way. You know, stats, he can win it that way because he's still there. Um, Other than that, somebody will have to come back down from the NXT. Well, if Buddy's ever healthy, I forgot his name. Um, the one who brought it over in the first place. If he's ever healthy, he probably can do it, but I doubt that happens because he's always hurt, and he won't get a push because he's always hurt. But there's other ways to do it. To do a Grand Slam like in NXT. If Trick came back and Trick won the tag team titles, right? If he won the tag, him and Melo, if they came back and they won the tag team titles and they lost them, right? Trick can be um, a Grand Slam in a different way, right? Because he's one of like out of the belt besides being a tag team. Same thing with Trick. He can now. If you want to count the speed title, which they're not counting the speed title. They're not counting the speed title because of the fact that if that was the case, then Tony's not a Grand Slam champion. But they're not counting the speed title. So the only way you be a Grand Slam champion now, if you win the tag, the North American Championship, the tag North American Championship, and and um the world title. But even then, it went. Well, you know what? Trick can't do it. Melo can do it because Melo can say he was the cruiserweight title champion. He was the North American title, tag, and world champion. He can be a Grand Slam. Trick can't. Trick can't. His Trick never won the uh well, if we announce the TNA world title, then like he be a different Grand Slam in his own. But it ain't that many people who can be a Grand Slam. If somebody from Triple A, what's his name, Escobar, if he came back to NXT, he can be a Grand Slam. And so can JD Madonna, you know. But it'd be the same way Trick can be. Right? Like ain't nobody around that can be besides stats. Ain't nobody else around NXT that can do it the way Tony D did it. So, but it still count. It still count. But um, I heard the Cody Rhodes and Triple H interview, which I went on Spotify to listen to it because of the fact that the video of it wasn't out yet, and I just wanted to hear it word for word. It talked about some stuff. Now I seen that Jonathan Coachman, which anytime he tries to shit on WWE, I gotta roll my eyes because he's only doing it because he's asking an employer. So somebody posted the poster of him doing on Cody Rhodes' shit, and he had a whole paragraph about how this shouldn't be happening. And it was like, and knew if it was Vince wouldn't have done it. Vince would never. Okay, but you know what? Vince ain't around, so shut the fuck up, Coach. I'm telling you, man. Like him and Vince Russo, which kudos to them. They had Tony Khan on their podcast yesterday, and it's the first time ever I listened to Vince Russo's podcast so I can hear the Tony Khan stuff, and yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I'm good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm good over hearing stuff about that. I mean, they podcast because like a lot of that shit is nonsense to me with them. Now I will give uh, Vince Russo some props. Now that he's commenting on stuff that uh, you know I can say something now, because before I couldn't. Like he had people blocked. Uh, uh, his shit was on private, so the only person who could reply if they follow him. He changed that. He changed that. I don't know if it was just for uh, that post, but he changed it because say he said something else that I replied to on there. So we'll see, we'll see. But like I said, he ain't my cup of tea. Like Vince Russo and Jonathan Coachman, uh, are not my cup of tea when it comes to wrestling and them being around and stuff. Nah. It's just not for me. We may have a short episode today, y'all, because like I just wanted to get something out there, to keep the views going and stuff. But I'm gonna talk until I can't talk no more. But tonight is AEW. Tomorrow's TNA. Tomorrow's TNA, and AEW again. AEW again. I don't know why they having it this week instead of next week. They need to just move that shit from. I mean, AEW has pay per view this weekend too, so I will be watching that. I will be watching that then on Saturday. But next week, we all know what next week is for. That's Mania. That's Mania weekend. Or Mania week. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight with AEW. Um, you're probably gonna get matches tonight. Pat said he'd be on Friday to respond to certain people. People like Punk and Cody. You know, I seen something yesterday that Kevin Owens is probably coming back pretty soon, and he's probably gonna team up with Cody and CM Punk. Listen, I don't know how true that is because him and Punk don't play well together. They don't, and this the reason I say that is because Punk is not cool with the Young Bucks, right? And AJ Styles and Kevin Owens are cool with the Young Bucks, okay? Like very cool with the Young Bucks, But the Kevin Owens thing is more about that and something in the past. The AJ thing is more about the past too. But you can put the Young Bucks in that category too. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the pay per view. So I don't think Kenny's winning against MJF. I don't because of the fact that Swerve is not around after he lost. Swerve is not interfering in that match like he is. Right? Like he's gonna make sure MJF wins. I can see that happening. I really can. But we'll see. We'll see. What else did I see? What else did I see? Hmm. Not much. Not much. I won't be on tomorrow because I won't have enough to talk about tomorrow. Not with this AEW. That won't happen. Um, but I'll be back on Friday. I should have some stuff to talk about Friday. But I'm gonna end the show with that. I'm gonna end the show with that. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you guys watch wrestling. Make sure you guys watch E-Feds. Make sure you guys watch New Breed. Um, we should have some new stuff. Well, Rio said that he's taking a week off because his daughter's graduating and he's going out of town to see her or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. But we'll see. We'll see. But this is the High Gun Podcast. Your host, the High Gun. God bless. Love you all. I'm out.